skin, you can see it beat, intoxicating your energy. First time in so long you felt the heat, evaporating your bindings. Move like the sunlight, darkness can't hold you here. Bold and bright, push through the atmosphere.
Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel, and in this video I thought I'd just show you a little bit of me tacking up and writing, in this case classic. I asked you on Instagram if you would like to see first classic or magnolia, and you chose baby classic, so baby classic it is. And if you don't follow me, you should, because I tend to ask your opinion about a lot of things, and you can also decide a lot of things that will happen in the channel, so go follow me there. And as you can see here, I was just giving him a brush, and I did not film everything, but if you would like me to, I can obviously film a deeper video on how to clean a horse. That's how I do it, of course, and I think it's a pretty quick, simple and effective way. So maybe if you want to see that, just drop me a comment saying you want me to, and I will absolutely do it, no problem, because I love to know your opinion, and I love to know what you want me to do and to film to you. So yeah, just leave your opinion down there because I would really appreciate it. And yeah, baby classic is almost all cleaned up, and yeah, brushing the tail it is also because I don't brush my horse's tails that much. I normally brush, like, I don't know, maybe once or twice a week, and I always put conditioner so it will not break. But yeah, this day I decided to clean it and brush it, and normally classic is not the worst one on the tail, so it's pretty nice. And also his tail is super short, not because I cut it, but because once in the field he and his paddock mate, they came and they had like half of their tail. I don't know what they did to each other, or maybe they got stuck on a fence or something, but they rip it off, so it's not growing as well as before, and it's taking too long to become longer, but we just have to wait for that, right? And now I am just starting to tack him up, and as you can see I put him bandages on his feet because, as you are well aware if you saw my first vlog, you could see that he was lame because he twisted his fetlock, and yeah, not great, because it did it in the stable or something not working, but now there is working. I think, okay, I'm going to protect his legs as much as I can, because it's never too much, and if you can save them some pain and also use some money on vet bills, you do, because horses are pretty expensive. And yeah, now onto the front boots, and I also, you cannot see here, but I also always put bell boots because my horses like to rip their shoes off very often, even when they have bell boots. But you know, I try my hardest, so that's what that's what it counts. And now for the saddle pad, and here we go. Also I use an off pad, as you can see, a gel one that is really nice, thicker and really protective, because unfortunately my saddle does not fit classic 100%. The saddle fits really well on Magnolia and on Atlanta, but for classic it's a little bit wider, but I have to go for it. I don't have other saddle, and I don't think it's causing him pain, but it's a little bit wide, so I put the pad so it stays a little bit more comfortable for him and doesn't hurt him, of course. And yeah, now to the girth. I love these furry girths. They are super simple to wash and super practical to put on, and also super comfortable for the horses. And yeah, that's what I use in all of them. As you can see, he's so cute, he's so quiet, he's just super chilled when he's alone, okay? Because when you have other horses on the Tack up area, he is not this calm and chilled, but Stallion is, but he's such a good boy. He's just like standing there, super cutie, and just putting up with the stuff I'm doing because that's what it is. But he's such a good boy. Now for the work, this day I just thought on not lunging but like free lunging him, just letting him be on the arena for a little bit by himself. And I actually had to run after him because he was wanting to lay down and he could not because he was tacked up, but he doesn't really care. So I had to put him running around a little bit so he didn't think of it with the saddle on, because once he did that, because he just, I don't know, normally horses take a little bit of time to lay down, but he doesn't. He just throws himself on the ground, and it's not easy to control the fact that he can lay down pretty quickly. So I had to be super careful with that. And yeah, me here just lunging him, just letting him run around a little bit, and stretching a bit before I rode him. I don't do a lot of work before I ride him because he's quite a shield horse and like a little bit on the lazy side, maybe from the mother, let's say it. But yeah, just for him to buck a little bit, just do his stretches because he's a horse, he needs to do that, and also he's a young horse, he's a foal, so yeah. And now into me here riding him, and as you can see, I try to ride him with the longer rein because he is quite small, but he has a super long neck. Not that he is not I don't know how to say, but he doesn't have a too long neck for his body, but he has a long neck. So yeah, I just try to let him be as relaxed as possible. Also, he is super sensitive on the mouth, so I try not to have too much contact and just let him have a soft contact and a lower attitude and frame, and he is pretty good on that. I don't really try that hard for him to be in that position because he's natural that way. So yeah, I just try to cope with him and just have the minimum contact. But when I go on the canter, it's pretty hard to have these longer reins because I don't have that much of I don't know how to say, but like to turn, and is a fold. He's not that experienced on that, and it's quite hard for me to do that with longer reins. So I'm trying to ride him a lot more with my leg, so I don't have to use that much rein to turn. That's what I do with Atlanta, and it works pretty well because I can only turn her with my legs, so it's pretty amazing. And I'm trying to teach him the same, but okay, it's a full. It's going to take some time, and also I'm super proud of him because he is a lot more fatty. He put on a lot of weight, and that is amazing because he was so thin, and we tried so many things to get him like a little bit more fat, because riding was so strange because I could not put my leg on because he was so thin, and I was so, oh my god, he's so thin. I shouldn't even be riding him, but you know, now he's so much better, and I have a lot more horse to put on leg and to hold on to. It's amazing. It's really really nice now. And yeah, he's quite a small horse, but when you're on him, you do feel like a lot of horse underneath you, and on the canter is just amazing. And he has a super super canter. I cannot even describe it. The trot is not bad, of course, and he is super bouncy on the trot. In the beginning, I was so uncomfortable doing sitting trot to go on the canter because he was really bouncy. And of course, when you don't have a lot of force to hold on with your legs, and you of course cannot hold on with your hands, it's a little bit tricky, but I managed to find a way to sit on him and to practice that because I was super used to Atlanta, and Atlanta it's a chunky girl, so she has a lot to hold on to, so she's super comfortable. And Classic is not that comfortable because it's not that big and that chunky, but yeah, now it's a lot better. So yeah, and yeah, as you can see, he's pretty good. He's so good, and yeah, he's just super cute, super good boy. In the canter, as you can see, I have to hold on a little bit more on the reins, and he just bounces his head up a little bit more. But he's naturally that way because on the lunge and pre-lunge, and when he has also nothing on him, like no beat nor no reins nor anything, he is quite that way. He just likes to throw his head a little bit and switch his neck, and it just plays a little bit with it. But when it's just an egg, it's fine for me, so let it be. I don't try to hold him or correct him or anything. I just try him to move forward as he was, and that is fine for me. And here, this transition was so good. I was so pleased with him because on the beginning, transitions to the canter were not easy because I could not really sit on the trot, and you would think I would want him to trot more and more and more, and he would not canter. And for the other hand, he would always canter wrongly. But now he's so good, such a good boy, and I'm so proud of him. And I hope, of course, you liked this video, and if so, just leave your like and subscribe to the channel.